Julie Babcock here, answering what do I mean by freedom when I say finding freedom the simple way. Freedom, in my experience, comes from a major shift in perspective, so that instead of living from our minds, we're living from that place of peace, God, love, oneness, our heart center, whatever you prefer to call it. Freedom is knowing that you're not this body, you're something much more. And we've all heard this as a concept, but we can experience it directly for ourselves as a knowing that comes out of silence and stillness. And that direct experience brings that total shift in perspective that we need from thinking that we are a drop in the ocean to knowing from our own experience that we are the ocean, that we all are one. Obviously the ocean is a metaphor, but there is an actual knowing and feeling of that connectedness to everything that we can experience. And when you have that shift and you experience that, there's no way to believe that all of this separateness is real anymore. You know that what you experienced was far more real than anything in this tangible realm. So when you've had that shift, we're suddenly free, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, because we know that in the end, no matter what happens in this life, we go beyond that and return to that love, that oneness, to God. Again, whatever word you like to use. So like I said, it doesn't mean that we're free from the things that happen in life. What it means is that when we live from that place of peace and of knowing that it's all one, reminding ourselves of that direct experience that we may have had briefly or can have for longer extended periods of time where it really stays with us, we no longer suffer from the things that happen in life. We're no longer attached to things and to outcomes. And two of the things that are the biggest cause of our suffering are, number one, thinking that we're separate, and number two, being attached to things that we think are outside of ourselves. So once we know that there is nothing outside of ourselves, there's nothing to be against, and there's nothing else to attach to. So the majority of our suffering is gone. Now, am I saying that I don't suffer at all anymore? I'm saying that I suffer very little, and I quickly realize that I'm causing my own suffering, and I let go of it. There's always a deep peace and feeling of security underneath all of my emotions now, and they mostly fluctuate between varying degrees of peacefulness, happiness, joy, bliss, with the odd bit of frustration every now and then. So it's a really wonderful place to be, and I feel extremely blessed beyond words, which is why I feel so called to share this with others. So thank you for listening. Feel free to like, comment, or share. I'd love to hear your responses.